The big question right now is, are the shorters trapped? Are the bears trapped? Did we trap everybody right now and we can pump? That's the big question, because it does look okay, still looks okay. There are some worrying signs, but you have to remember, in strong bullish trend, everything gets broken. All of these, overextensions, divergences, they do not matter, because strong bullish trend just keeps on pumping, and people are shorting, and they're failing. So the big question is, will this bull flag downtrending channel right now break towards upside? Over here, even the most skilled shorters, scalpers, tried to short that. Unfortunately, it didn't go all the way down to his target, so he got out, but skilled traders, they get out in no loss positions. That said, the big question is right now, will this bounce towards upside? But even if the most skilled shorters are shorting these levels, shorting these stops up here at the top, and they're failing, the big question is whether the crappy traders, 99% of them, are actually shorting and right now getting trapped because they do not know when to cut their losses. So over here we had a slight trend line over here, something like this, give or take, maybe something like this over here, maybe a little bit over here, maybe something like this, doesn't matter. There was a line up here, everything starts breaking towards us. If you've been following altcoins, you will see that altcoins did the same thing. Every altcoin was looking like this over here and was doing this part over here, and there was a trend line over here, and all of the altcoins right now are falling through this trend line, and of course everybody think this is gonna just roll over and dump towards downside, so everybody's shorting like crazy. But I think right now, if there is gonna be a pump, it needs to come very soon, because right now the shorters are trapped. They have nowhere else to go. They do not know when to cut their losses. They do not know when to get out of the positions. So if you want to trap all the shorters, this is time to do it. And nobody's still long in this, because, we have been conditioning everybody, and everybody on internet has been conditioning everybody, do not buy the green candles, And of course, nobody's buying the green candles to go long up here. Everybody's scared shitless right now to go long because, it's green candles. And you will see that also on the overextensions, my overextensions indicator down here, that, we are overextend like what, but that doesn't matter. You can see up here overextensions up here. There was overextensions over here, right? But these overextensions, they can actually continue, right? Because even though there was overextension over here, it just continued up here towards the upside. Even after that, it continued going towards the upside while the overextension actually pulled back. But even with all of these overextensions, it would be normal to think that, right now it needs to pull back. And everybody thinks that, shorting right now is the way to go. Because really hard to long. So you cannot do anything else to short but short. But every time you try to short, the shorts are short-lived. And what happens after that? Shorters get trapped, we pump, they get liquidated, price just keeps on pumping. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a pump just to trap the shorters up here at the top, and whether that's gonna be the case or not, we have to wait to see. But if you look at the volume up here, let's go to the 4-hourly time frame. You'll see that the volume is actually very nice. I mean, besides this move up here, this fake news thing up here, the volume is actually going up with the price. It actually looks very nice. During consolidation, the volume should go down. It is going down. We did consolidate right now over here. Just a second. There we go. So consolidation is coming towards the end over here, and right now needs to right now something needs to happen. And I'm looking at the chat right now. Mlane says dump it. So but the consolidation coming towards the end, the volume is playing out nicely. Volume should go down during consolidation. Consolidation went now. Right now we are bouncing off of the 4-hourly of the 10 moving average up here. We are trying to get out of this zone up here in the small time frames. I'm gonna show you up here. Let me just remove the this up here, and let me zoom in very nicely so you can see that there's a very nice trend line over here, and up here these resistance level up here at the top. We are trying to get above that. You can see up here, we tried that already. We closed above 10 to 20 moving average. But if you can close in the next 27 minutes above up here, I mean, a lot of stuff is going to get broken. Not only this resistance level, but you know, we've been drawing the trend line over here like this over here, but I think it's a little bit different than that. I think it actually goes something like this over here. I think this is the correct trend line over here. And if you can get above both this trend line and the resistance level up here on the small time frames, 1 hourly time frames, I think this might just be enough to, you know, trap shorters. Now there might come a dump once we do this move up here, right? Because once we do this move up here, because you know, shorters are trapped, you know, they start closing their position and then we dump. I mean, I definitely can see that. I definitely can see that move. But you know, nothing is set in stone just now, and I do believe that the next move is towards upside. Now, if you look at it on the daily time frame over here, if you look at it on the daily time frame, we are still out of the channel, like we said previously. It looks too good to be true, I know, and oftentimes, you know, these things, you know, you kind of play against you, but over here everybody looking for this pullback, retest, you know, and stuff like that, right? I don't not believe so. I not believe so. And it goes back to that, you know, psychological analysis of what people are doing, right? What people are doing. Just like right now we are saying that, you know, shorts are got trapped. There's a little bit, you know, psychological analysis, but you know, it still, you know, comes back to that. And you can see up here on the 4-hourly time frame, we are not above the resistance is up here at the top, so you know there is a way to go, and I can definitely, you know, understand if we go towards upside up here that we can actually go again towards the downside. So we need to pump a pretty high amount before we actually say, okay, this is not gonna happen. But in the short term up here, in the short term, this like it just looks too good to not do that, right? So this move up here, it just looks too good, right? Because if you do that, all of these shorters that have been watching this trend line over here are getting trapped. They get trapped because they do not know how to close their positions. You know, they're still in disbelief. They're like, oh no, I'm gonna keep it open. No, you're not gonna keep it open. Not financial advice. You do your money, I'll do my money. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So this looks too good. Weekly time frame looks also very nice. We still got 4 days left. So you know whether this is gonna, you know, dump just right back in the next 4 days or not. It depends and needs to be seen. We have still not closed the weekly candle above the channel. The daily candle is closed. 2-day candle is closed above it. 3-day candle is closed above it. So only thing we need to do right now is have this, you know, weekly candle close above the channel up here, and it's pretty much given that this is gonna continue towards upside. Now nobody believes that this is gonna continue towards upside, so everybody is disbelief if this actually continues towards upside, and that's why I'm saying you know, the max pain is still towards upside. Nobody is longing. Everybody wants to short. Everybody gets trapped. Shorters, you know, they are in disbelief how much this can actually pump. That's why I am so bullish. I'm so bullish. I'm not euphorically bullish just yet, but you know, I'm very bullish. I'm very, very bullish. And you know, can this dump towards downside? Maybe. Maybe, but I don't see it. You know, I am taking the bullish approach from over here, and you know, the bears can do the bear thing and you know, say that it's gonna dump. I do think that, you know, there is probability for this, but you know, when it comes to tech analysis, all probabilities, you know, where is the high probability? Right now I think the high probability is towards the upside than towards downside. We had the move down, we had the, you know, trapping of the shorters, because everybody looks, you know, at 50 minutes time frames. They do not know how to use the time frames and, you know, zoom out. So you know, it is towards the upside. There are of course slight problems like we just mentioned over here on the daily time frame. The first one being that we are overextended on my overextension indicator. The second one is that you know, the RSI is up at 87 on the daily. You can see up here, I mean, you gotta go pretty far back up here, all the way up to this this stop up here. But this stop came up here and then we continued pumping towards upside while the RSI was going down, right? So you can actually do this move up here while the RSI is doing this move towards downside up here, right? I mean, there's still overside, and then you can dump towards downside. Just because you got some kind of overextension on the RSI does not mean that you will, you know, dump immediately towards downside. That's also another thing that, you know, a lot of these traders are doing. They see some overextension and they immediately think it needs to go down. It does not work like that. The TA does not work like that. It's not that way. And there was one more thing I wanted to show you. Was that on the weekly time frame? No, that was on the daily time frame. 4 hour. I think it was 4 hourly time frame up here. Yeah, it was 4 hourly time frame. There was one last thing I wanted to show you, and you will see right now that this 4 hourly move is still in an uptrend. And look at the RSI down here. We have not broken the RSI, and I know a person who likes this. So we did not break towards the downside yet. We are still climbing towards the upside up here in this 4 hourly trend. So this up here, the way I see it, we have still not broken anything. Not only that, the 4 hourly has moved back. Overextension on the 4 hourly has moved back. Consolidation has happened, and you can see how little time it needs to happen. And you can see up here that this overextensions is way high. I mean, these are some kind of extreme overextensions, but oftentimes when these overextensions have to happen, you get some kind of consolidation before move towards the upside or a dump down, right? And you can see this consolidation helps to pull the overextensions back. Now overextensions on the 4 hourly are recovered. Right now we are back at the bottom. We are still holding the trend line up here. The MACD has chilled down a little bit. There is still no cross up here. We have consolidated, so right now we can do this next move on the 4 hourly. On the daily time frame, it's a little bit different. Let me just go a little bit back to clean up some of these charts lines. And on the daily up here, we are still just doing the very first move towards the upside. So the trend is still not broken, but it can still continue doing this up here while we climb towards the upside. Do not think that RSI is some kind of be all end all indicator that shows you top. It's not a topping indicator, it's consolidation indicator. People do not understand that. The MACD is also not a topping indicator, it's just a consolidation and momentum indicator. And right now the momentum is going towards upside, like it should go towards the upside up here, and can still continue going towards the upside over here towards the upside, and there is no problems right now. Not only that, right now we are getting the bullish cross on the weekly, still being above the zero line up here. Weekly is only at 70 levels, just like we were over here, but that does not mean that it is the top. Of course, in the bull market this goes like crazy towards the upside, but it is a little bit high, but it does not mean top. That is the most important thing. So Bitcoin sitting right now at 0.79%. It is doing very nicely up here. We still need 20 minutes to see how this hourly candle is going to play out. We still need 4 hourly to see how this 4 hourly is going to play out, and so forth. But I am not worried, guys. I'm not worried. And like we said in yesterday's video, it needs to go back below 32k for us to become bearish again. So any kind of move even down here towards downside is not bearishness, it's just a pullback. It's just a pullback. Looking good, feeling good. Shorters are short-lived. Everybody's trapped. There are no longs. We can just 46k. Have a nice day, guys. Where is my outro? Bye-bye.